Hello, this is chapter 3 of the Forgotten Game video book. I'm Joshua French. This chapter is all about the benefits. So, why play this game? The first thing is to realise that the question, why play the forgotten game, which is simply enjoying each moment, is just like saying, what's the point of enjoying life? What's the point in being happy? We do it because that's what we were born to do. We were born to be here and enjoying this. Okay, let's go through some of the other benefits. It keeps my mind active because my mind really hates meditation. It tries to be still, and then part of myself looks at my mind and gets angry at it that it's not calming down, it's not being still, and I get in this big muddle because what seems to me is that my mind naturally wants something to keep it busy. And I really think minds do. And I don't think there's anything wrong with having a mind. I think they're very useful, and keeping them busy is a good thing. So, playing a game is a great way of keeping your mind occupied. And when it's doing that, it's not occupied on negative things that are making you feel bad. It's occupied on, oh, this is a nice thing. Non-resistant, lovely things that make you feel good. And also, when you're playing a game, you're more present. You watch people on video games, they're not daydreaming about the past, what someone said to them. They're not thinking about what they're going to have for dinner. They're in the game at that moment. And when you wake up and think, today I'm going to really enjoy this game and I'm going to do the best at it as I can, then you're present as well as positive. Oh, and it's wonderful. It's a wonderful experience. And detachment as well. Krishnamurti said this thing, this is another benefit I mean. Krishnamurti said this thing like, do you want to know what my secret is? And everyone leant forward and thought, oh, this is exciting, we're going to finally find out what the big secret is. And he said, I don't mind what happens. I think I've told that story right. But that was it. He doesn't mind. Whatever the circumstances, doesn't really matter. I can be present, peaceful, calm, blissful in any circumstances. And it's true. When you start to play the forgotten game, yeah, you could be a millionaire on a yacht looking and enjoying the twinkles in the turquoise water in front of you, or you could be just snuggled up in your flat with a cup of tea, cozy and happy in that situation. And it's the happiness that's the important thing. It's the being at peace with whatever's going on that's the important thing. So playing the forgotten game really starts to make it easier and more habitual to be detached from what's going on. And that's a wonderful thing. I've talked about intuition and inspiration before, but this is another really strong benefit, because when you start to enjoy life, your intuition starts really beaming out at you. This is what you do next, this is what you do next. And inspiration, these ideas come, ooh, that's a good idea. And they become so much stronger and so irresistible that you start to follow them, and you realise that when you do, things get even better. So it's like this upward spiral, that things just get better and better and better, and you have more fun, more adventures, more ideas, more lovely things seem to happen. Because you've got yourself habitually following your inner impulses. So a strengthening of intuition and inspiration is another benefit. And linked with this is being yourself. Because when you exclude what you're trying to do to keep them happy, and what you're worried about because you should really be looking after them, and what society says is wrong, and just focus on what I want. What I want to do right now, what would be the most enjoyable thing? I'm going to take as much joy from this moment as I possibly can. Then you start to just radiate this liberated beingness, because you're just being who you are and who you want to be, and you are radiant. And that's a wonderful thing, because the fear of what other people think of you starts to drop away. Linked with this is that I'm starting to work with Alex Bailey. We've got Bailey in French, and it's very exciting. And one of the things she's really good at is knowing people's strengths and helping them work from their character strengths. And I'm just discovering about it, but it totally makes sense to me that there's certain things that I'm good at, but I don't actually enjoy doing, and they don't energize me, and they're not my strengths. What my strengths are the things that when I get out of bed in the morning and I think, oh, I'm going to do that, I want to do that. One of them is talking to people. I love communicating. That's a strength I've got. So when you start to play the Forgotten Game, which is basically start to enjoy life, you feel intuitively what are the most enjoyable things for you to do next. And you start to work from your strengths. And then you've got so much more get up and go. You've got so much more satisfaction in life. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. So that's another benefit. We talk about health. Now, one thing is that it's very well known that stress is one of the biggest causes of ill health. And when you play the Forgotten Game, your stress just dissolves. It's not necessary. It's a choice, really. You can choose to think these stressful thoughts, or you can choose to tune into something else, or enjoy this, or enjoy this. So stress can just really, and obviously it's not immediately going to drop away, because there's some momentum that picks up in our lives when we spend a lot of our lives being stressed. But it starts to lessen, and the momentum of the positive side of things picks up quickly, and we become much more in tune with our well-being and a feeling of ease and peace and joy. And that's definitely beneficial for health. And also with addictions, the reason we have addictions to things is because we're trying to fill the void of not feeling complete. But when we're just in touch with the possibility that we can feel complete and happy and in any moment, then we don't need to stuff ourselves or smoke so much or drink loads of alcohol. It starts to drop away naturally, because we don't have that compulsion to do it. So that's another benefit for health. Another benefit is love. Now, unconditional love for me is about you showing yourself that you are worthy of enjoying this life. Because often we don't give ourselves that permission. It's like, no, you've got to do this, you've got to do this, you've got to do this, and then maybe you can have a little rest, but come on. For some reason or other, we find these excuses not to just, in this moment, just say, come on, enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. This is your experience of life. Enjoy. It's a common deathbed regret that I wish I'd let myself be happier. We can do that now, and that's what playing the Forgotten Game is about. It's about showing ourselves that love. And when I mentioned love, some of you might have thought of relationships, and that's a benefit as well, because when you are radiant with joy and your true self, you're not trying to fake anything, then you're so magnetic to other people, and people want to be around you, so you're much more likely to meet that special someone than if you are trying too hard and miserable and complaining about what's happening and all those sorts of things. And finally, a final benefit is just taking life less seriously, having fun. Really, it's so wonderful to just laugh at yourself a bit more. And when you see other people coming towards you and they're in a bad mood and they want to wrap you up in it, you listen, but it just doesn't affect you so much, because we came here to enjoy and explore and play and relish the experience. We didn't come here to walk around worried about stuff and wishing that things were different. So, thank you for watching the Benefits chapter. Chapter 4 is about research. And no, it's not. It's about tips. Sorry. Chapter 4 is about tips and how to play it. Chapter 5 is about research. Chapter 6 is about the characters we play, and Chapter 7 is about other games. Thank you for watching. Bye.
It may feel so real inside, but don't forget